in a no-win situation. That's what I said then, I say it now. Because if I beat Ali...
Larry Holmes, the Easton Assassin, was one of the most technically brilliant and disciplined heavyweight champions in boxing history. Known for possessing arguably the greatest jab the sport has ever seen, Holmes dominated the late 1970s and early 1980s with precision, control, and heart. But behind every legend are the greats who inspired and impressed him throughout his life. In this video, we reveal Larry Holmes' 10 favorite boxers of all time, the men who shaped his mindset, defined eras, and earned his utmost respect, both inside and outside the ring. Before we dive in, stay till the end, and don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss more stories about boxing legends and their heroes. 1. Muhammad Ali. Larry Holmes has consistently placed Muhammad Ali at the pinnacle of his list of favorite boxers. Holmes's profound connection with Ali dates back to the 1970s, where he served as a sparring partner and, crucially, absorbed a substantial amount of his ring knowledge and technique from the greatest. What Holmes most admired in Ali was a potent combination of attributes: his blinding speed, his unshakable confidence, and his captivating charisma. However, it was Ali's sheer courage that resonated most deeply with Holmes. Despite the fact that they faced each other in the ring in a memorable 1980 clash, a fight Holmes won with a decisive victory, his respect for Ali never wavered. Holmes frequently spoke with immense reverence about Ali, attributing his own success and identity to the legend. He famously stated, "Ali made me who I am. Without him, there's no Larry Holmes." This quote encapsulates the depth of Ali's influence, portraying him not just as a competitor, but as a foundational mentor who shaped Holmes into the boxing champion he became. The bond between the two men transcended their in-ring rivalry, solidifying Ali's undisputed place as Holmes' most significant and admired figure in boxing history. 2. Joe Louis. Larry Holmes consistently cited Joe Louis as the definitive standard for all subsequent heavyweight champions. Louis, nicknamed the Brown Bomber, dominated the division for more than 10 years, successfully defending his title an unprecedented 25 times. Holmes held deep admiration for Lewis's remarkable qualities: his calm demeanor under pressure, his ring intelligence, and his clinical efficiency in concluding bouts. Holmes saw Lewis as a towering figure who embodied genuine greatness both within the squared circle and in his personal life. To Holmes, Louis was more than just a boxer. He was a sophisticated and honorable combatant, a true gentleman warrior whose legacy transcended the sport. Lewis's enduring reign and his conduct served as a constant source of inspiration, establishing the blueprint for what a champion should be. His influence on Holmes' own career and his perspective on boxing history was immense, securing his spot as a fundamental role model in the pantheon of heavyweight royalty. 3. Rocky Marciano. Larry Holmes held immense respect for legendary heavyweight Rocky Marciano. Holmes specifically admired Marciano's rigorous discipline, exceptional work ethic, and, most notably, his pristine, undefeated professional record of 49 wins and 0 losses. Though Holmes once caused a stir in the boxing community by stating he was a superior fighter to Marciano, he later walked back the controversial remark to clarify his deep-seated admiration for the Brockton blockbuster. Holmes was particularly moved by Marciano's relentless and unyielding spirit inside the ring. He frequently praised Marciano's commitment to the fight, highlighting the legendary boxer's consistent, all-out effort. Holmes encapsulated his respect with a powerful quote saying, "He gave everything he had, every time." You have to respect that this statement underscores Holmes' appreciation for Marciano's integrity and unparalleled dedication to his craft, acknowledging that Marciano's success was rooted in his intense and consistent effort across every round of his career. Holmes ultimately respected Marciano's consistent intensity and effort above all else. 4. Jack Johnson. Larry Holmes, a devoted student of boxing history, held an immense admiration for Jack Johnson. Johnson, the first black heavyweight champion of the world, was more than just a great fighter in Holmes' eyes. He was a cultural pioneer. Holmes recognized the extraordinary dominance Johnson displayed in the ring, especially considering the era of intense racial prejudice in which he competed. Johnson's success, achieved despite the systemic racism of the time, represented a monumental step forward for black athletes. Holmes saw Johnson as the essential figure who forged a path for subsequent generations of black boxers. Fighters like Holmes himself, Muhammad Ali, and Joe Frazier were able to gain respect and recognition based purely on their talent and achievements, a development Holmes directly attributed to Johnson's foundational legacy. 5. Joe Frazier. Larry Holmes held immense respect for Joe Frazier, particularly for his incredible heart and ferocious intensity in the ring. Holmes deeply admired Frazier's relentless, non-stop pressure and the devastating power of his famous left hook. Even though their professional careers didn't overlap significantly, Holmes frequently acknowledged Frazier's legendary toughness, often quoting that Frazier was a fighter who'd rather die than quit. To Holmes, Joe Frazier represented the quintessential warrior. He saw Frazier as the pure embodiment of grit, determination, and unflinching resolve, characterized by a complete lack of unnecessary flash. This perspective cemented Frazier's place among Holmes's most respected fighters, recognizing him as a boxer whose spirit and tenacity were unmatched, making him an enduring symbol of courage and unyielding commitment in the sport of boxing. 6. George Foreman. Holmes and Foreman shared an era, though they never fought during their primes. Holmes has always respected Foreman for his power, resilience, and the way he reinvented himself later in life. Holmes often cited Foreman's comeback in his 40s, when he won the heavyweight title again, as one of the most inspiring moments in boxing history. He once said, "George showed the world that age don't mean nothing if you've got heart." 7. Sonny Liston. Larry Holmes admired Sonny Liston for his intimidating presence and destructive power. He saw Liston as one of the most feared fighters of the 1960s, a man whose jab and strength were second to none. Holmes respected how Liston dominated opponents before Ali came along, and he often modeled parts of his jab off of Liston's textbook technique. 8. Floyd Patterson. Holmes appreciated Floyd Patterson for his class, humility, and lightning-fast combinations. Patterson was the youngest heavyweight champion at the time and a true technician in the ring. Holmes respected how Patterson handled defeat with dignity and always came back stronger. To Holmes, Patterson was the example of professionalism and perseverance. 9. Lennox Lewis.
The first time Tyson actually met me, he was a nice guy, really.
Even though their careers overlapped late, Holmes had high praise for Lennox Lewis. He admired Lewis for bringing brains back to the heavyweight division, a big man who boxed smart rather than relying solely on brute power. Holmes said Lewis reminded him of himself in some ways. He boxed with his head, not just his fists. That's how you win long careers. 10. Evander Holyfield. Larry Holmes had nothing but respect for Evander Holyfield's heart and determination. Holmes, who fought Holyfield in 1992, saw firsthand the younger man's strength and willpower. He called Holyfield a throwback fighter, someone who fought with the same courage as the old-school champions. Despite losing their bout, Holmes said Holyfield earned my respect more than anyone I fought. Larry Holmes's list reveals a man who values more than just titles. He honors heart, intelligence, and respect for the craft. From the graceful dominance of Joe Louis to the ferocious energy of Joe Frazier, and the unshakable courage of Muhammad Ali, Holmes's favorite fighters reflect everything he believed boxing should be: skill, strategy, and soul. What do you think of Larry Holmes's list? Do you agree with his picks, or would you add someone else? Let us know in the comments below. And before you go, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon so you won't miss our next episode diving into the legends of boxing and their stories.